welcome to Sisterhood Check-in. I am your host, Nadira Lewis, and I am excited that it is again Friday here again with you all. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you click the like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video. If you are watching us via Facebook, make sure you click like and share if you have been blessed with the content that you've been receiving this far. I am excited, guys. We have an amazing show for you tonight. I have the queen herself, Queen Esther Nyameke, here with me on Sisterhood Check-in. You guys have no idea. This woman has made such an impact on my life, and the things that I've learned from her, we have become sisters in the spirit, sisters in the natural, and most importantly, sisters in business. So I'm excited to be able to hear her testimonial of all the things that have been going on in her life. We've got a lot of catching up to do, and I'm excited. I can't wait for you to hear from her. But before we do that, I'm going to play this quick video for you guys. You know, I like to play a video before we start. And once we get done with this video, the next voice you're going to see and the next face you're going to see with me is Esther Nyameke. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. With my special guest, Esther Nyameke. Welcome, Esther, to Sisterhood Checkin.
Thank you.
It's the first time. Now you get to sit on the opposite seat and get to have the conversation where I get to ask all the questions now. How does that feel?
That is awesome.
You're usually the one doing all the teaching. Now we get to sit and talk about all of our wonderful experiences and awesome things that we have gone through. So I'm excited to have you here. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. It's good to see you.
Yeah, same here. Good to see you. I'm actually trying to invite a couple of people. That's what my head is down. So excuse me.
Awesome. Well, Esther, here on the Sisterhood Check-in, we always talk about what we have gone through, or we're usually try to be very transparent about some of the things that we've gone through and what we and how we've overcome it, and love to be able to share it with other women and men that are watching that can learn from our experiences. We know that God has done some amazing things in our life, our ministries, and our business. So I'm excited to learn. I know you've gone through so much in your life as a mom, a businesswoman, and a wife. So why don't you talk to us and share with us how you have become the awesome woman of God that you are today?
Wow, wow, wow. Well, thank you so much, Nadira, for actually inviting me here. It's such a privilege to actually be here. Thank you so much for actually inviting me. You are doing such a wonderful job. I mean, I watched a couple of your videos and they are so motivational. And then for me to be here now speaking is like, okay.
That means a lot coming from you. Thank you so much.
But thank you, absolutely. Give me 1 second. As far as like, is it okay if I just invite a couple more people?
No, not at all. Take your time. We want the more invites, the more people we invite, the better. So yes, definitely. Esther, for those of you that don't know, Esther was one of my first business coaches. And I have learned so many amazing things from her. She has really helped me take my business literally like farther than I would have ever what I've ever would have seen. Like, this woman not only just knows, she has practical applications to how she shows you how to start, manage, and monetize your business. She's simply amazing. So I cannot wait to be able to just to listen to her and share some of her good old advice. I'm telling you, she is the queen of business.
Oh wow, that is such a big hat.
You are, girl. Let me tell you something. It don't matter what you do. God's hands is always on it. I tell you, every time I look up, I'm like, this girl's, let me go get my computer. She's doing something new. And it don't matter what you do, whatever you put your hands to seems to prosper. And it's like, that is a beautiful thing, because not very many people, you have different people that start different things, have different ideas about business. And you have made each and every one of your businesses excel like tremendously and super fast, might I add, you know.
Yes, you were absolutely right. It honestly is by the grace of God. I just love your channel. I love what you stand for, because if you go on my profile, I have this, what you describe a little bit about your bio, and I put God first. Okay, God first, because in everything that I do, God simply must be first, and then as long as I have Him representing me and guiding me, everything that I touch turn into gold. That's what I always say. Everything that I touch turn into gold, simply because of that. And as far as my journey, oh my gosh, where do we start from? Okay, do I start from the beginning? How I started?
Wherever you want to start from, wherever you want to start from.
Okay, awesome. Let me just go ahead and start why I even became a business owner and entrepreneur. Just a little bit summary, so those of you guys that are perhaps new can understand where this whole thing started from. All right. So for me personally, I started when I gave birth to my son, my second son, David. And the reason why I even look into becoming an entrepreneur is because when I was pregnant with him, I was diagnosed with what is called blood clot, deep vein thrombosis, but it's actually blood clot. And it actually paralyzed me. Like, I could no longer walk. I had to be picked up to do everything. When I say going to the bathroom, things that you literally do every single day, easily, when you are no longer have that privilege, that's when you start appreciating what you didn't have. And that was where I was. I mean, the entire pregnancy, I was on medication. I had to take 2 shots on my stomach every single day, just so the blood clots would not travel and things like that. So when I came out of there, the doctor actually wanted me to to terminate the pregnancy was that bad. And I'm like, God, if you simply give me this child, and I'm going to trust you to take care of this child. So I commit my life into your hands, and then protect me. And then there was this prayer that I actually made. I said, God, I just haven't done anything. I'm young, and I kind of got married early and gave birth early. So I'm like, I haven't done anything with my life. Just give me a second chance. And when you give me a second chance, I'm just going to represent you. I'm going to help as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And then God simply took me out of there. And when I came out of there, and my son was born, both of us came healthy. He was healthy, and I was healthy, no side effect whatsoever. And then I'm like, a friend of mine actually introduced me to a platform, the call center, and then where you can actually help people to start working from home. And I saw this as a second chance. I saw it as an opportunity for me to help as many people as possible. I said, God, here it is. I told you that if you literally help me to come out here, I'm going to help as many people as I can, financially. Of course, I'm not going to be giving money, but I'm going to help people. And then that drive, that desire is what led me to literally put everything when I start my call center. I do not have a business degree. Okay, I
Wow.
don't have any of these. No, I don't downplay anybody who has that. It is great. I was one of those people in school. I love school, right? But for whatever reason, I didn't complete my degree side of it, college. Okay, so but I knew within me I wanted to be a business owner, and I went all in. I did my researches, I partnered, I put a strategy together, and before you know it, that call center that I never done before, that business that I never done before, literally went from zero to having over 300 people in a matter of 3 months in my call center,
Wow.
because I was like, we are putting people back to work. We are putting people back to work. So I will do whatever it takes to um to help as many people, and that's what I did. And I'm so grateful. And ever since, every single thing from there, it is that same commission, that same desire to help as many people as possible. For my call center, I went to e-commerce. For e-commerce, I was in time of my business where the call center was, I was losing clients. It was kind of slowing down. So I'm like, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I'm just going to start in another side hustle. And
Yeah.
then that's when I came across the e-commerce side of it. I'll give you 1 second. See? Okay, that's when I came across the e-commerce side of it. All right.
Mm.
And with the e-commerce, it was like everybody that I was seeing was in back in the days was male. Okay. Now, of course, there's many ladies doing it. When I first started, that was like about 5 or 6 years ago. It was male that were dominating the market, and every single time I was asking for help, some of which I paid that never really helped me. And I was like, what is going on here? Where are the ladies at? They gotta win as well. Where are they? I don't see as many ladies are winning. So because I was being rejected, and I was kind of, I'm not going to help you, whatever the case may be from male. I'm like, you know what? I am going to focus, okay, and I'm going to master this industry, and
Yeah.
I'm going to help as many people as I can. And that's what I did. I literally put my blinders on. I was no longer on social media like I was focusing. You know how Facebook has the business side of it? That's all
Mm.
where I was hanging. I was barely coming on my personal profile, and I learned Facebook marketing. I mean, it was like going to college and learning a science major for me.
Wow.
Because I did not understand. It was like the language, the verbiage. It was like, what is that talking about? What is
Yeah.
the editor? What is the PPC? But I wanted to learn to master just so I can help other people, and that's what I did. So I went ahead and focus and master how to become a social media marketer for my e-commerce store. I had a Shopify store, and they, in the matter of like, when I started my first week, I was seeing like 7,000, 10,000 in
Wow.
sales. Then it goes to the second week, I'm seeing 15,000. And I remember at that time I had a coach who was for all the thing. I wanted to put my core senior business into a package. So I wanted to have a coach that can actually help me do that. So I had a coach at the time. And then I also went to her and I told her that I want to learn the e-commerce industry and things of that nature, but I'm seeing a whole lot of people that are just not helping me. And she said, you know what, just focus, just do your thing. So I decided to just take it. I was literally crying. I was like, why this so mean to me? So when I did that, I decided to focus. So I was sharing with her my results, what was happening, and she was like, wow, this is very, very interesting. Just go ahead and document it for the next 30 days and see if it's not perhaps a what is the word I'm looking for? If it's not a luck, right, but it's something that's consistently that you are actually making this type of sales, that you are onto something. So I started documenting every single time I hit a milestone. I was just share with her. And my first month, I made over 30,000. Is it $30,000 or 50,000? It's actually 50,000.
Wow.
I made over $50,000 in sales my first month. For something that I did not even know.
Wow.
So, I was like, man, this is amazing. So from that moment, I kept going. You went from 60,000, 70,000 to over $100,000 a month with this specific with that industry, and I became overwhelmed. As the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes.
And that's exact. I wasn't prepared for that type of growth yet. I was growing super, super fast. Sales was coming pouring left, right, and center. And then, it was just too much. I had VAs, working for me and all that stuff. But I still was involved as far as like whenever they couldn't answer customer service questions, they had to come to me, and I had to be this escalator. When it comes to with e-commerce, I was doing the drop shipping side of it, and it kind of takes longer for product to actually arrive to the customer. And people buying products online, they're like, have I been scammed? What's going on? Where is my product? We have Amazon that is shipping things in 2 days, and you have other people well, you are selling your product and it's taking 30 days or sometimes more, and they did not have the patience. So I had to constantly be reminding the people, it's coming and things of that nature. And I also have some technical because of that, when it came to the payment gateway like Strap and things like that. Like, I don't know what's going on. There's too many people opening some what is it called? People opening disputes because they're not getting the product on time. Yes, and that is something that you just don't want when you are doing business, and that actually was affecting my business one way or the other. So I had to slow down and things of nature. And then I realized that when I was hitting those goals, the desire, as I was saying, I wanted to learn so I can help other people. I'm like, what? This is the time for me to show people what I'm doing, because this is something that I believe the average person can learn this and start generating some income. And that's when I actually dive into the teaching of it, where I start teaching people how they can start the e-commerce Shopify stores and then run advertising and things of that nature. And I start my agency. Then it goes from there. You can go on and on and on.
It was very profitable because that income allowed you to start other businesses, and you have been excelling. I mean, I've attended your e-commerce classes. I've attended everything that you had. Everything you had, I was just like, I'm there. I'm there. And you helped me with my first e-commerce store make $30,000 in I think it was 2 months, and I didn't have a clue. So I think I had so much going on at that time. My husband passed, I had a baby. I just didn't have the mental focus to really put in the time. But I think had I waited until I got through that grieving process, but the good thing is once you learn it, you don't forget it.
That's
Once
right.
you
That's
learn it,
right.
you don't
That's
forget
right.
it. And so, every day, every year around the holidays, I always throw up my e-commerce store. I'm like, yep, that's one of those things you just do. And you just, it's changed a
Absolutely.
lot, with the Facebook advertising has changed so much. And it does require a lot of, I mean, because the algorithm is constantly changing. And now with the pandemic and everything happening, now everybody's going to online shopping. These big companies are purchasing and it's becoming more expensive, to
Yes.
be able to do this. So there is, you have to go through all kinds of creative ways. It's still capable of, you still can make a lot of money online. Matter of fact, you make more money online now probably than we did when we started, because everybody is going to online. Everybody's focus is towards the internet when it comes to shopping, building businesses. It's crazy because ever since the pandemic has happened, I've been able to do quite a bit. Write my first book. I've been able to, implement different. I've been in coaching, starting coaching programs. Really being able to take a lot of the creativity and knowledge that I've accumulated over a period of time, and just really, just like you said, get in that mode of teaching people, because it's so difficult to be a part of programs, to be a part. I feel like when you're like us and you've been through it and it,
Mm-hmm.
it's easier for us to teach it. We're more helpful because we've been there. We know what it's like. We know the steps. And I think nowadays people have made masses amount of money over technologizing, coaching and doing different things when it comes to teaching, when really all we need is to teach people the practical side of it, because it doesn't matter nowadays that people are making no money on the internet, whether they know much about the internet or not. They just need to get the right practical principles in place. And I mean, they're making a killing. I mean, especially, with cryptocurrency. Oh my gosh. I just joined a part of, I've always been that girl that try to expand in different
Right.
um income streams, because in the pandemic so many of them start drying up. I'm like, oh, thank God for this one. Oh, thank God for that one. Because if I just had that one stream, oh my God, I probably would have went under, like, woo. But having those multiple streams, makes a difference, and it helps cover in those other areas where things begin to get slow. But I'm telling you, I've been in this crypto thing too, and it was one thing to learn the trading aspect of it, and be involved in that. But oh my gosh, I found a whole nother aspect of crypto that doesn't even require trading money at all, doesn't
Yes.
require recruiting at all. And these people are making huge amounts. I'm talking about wealth of the wicked being transferred. I mean, literally, you just at this point just had to open up your wallet. Just receive it, because I'm like, and I've only been in it a few days, and just seeing, because I've been doing cryptocurrency with my son just from the signal, him sending me signals, because I didn't have time to do all that other stuff. I just don't have time to
Right.
go do this with two little girls and doing my business. It's like, I like it when Christian just say, here, put this in, here, put that in.
I
But
know, right?
yeah, but even in that, it's just been, I know I've been driving him crazy, because when I get excited about stuff, I drive people crazy, because I want to know it to the very end. And I'll ask 3,005 questions to the point they'd be like, girl, what? Like, what? So I've basically been in this area of crypto, and it's been, oh my gosh, it's been amazing, guys. And I don't know if you heard about it, and we'll get a chance hopefully to talk about it. But I said, oh, I got to share. You and I are always good at sharing ventures with each other. It's like we'll be up at 1 and 2 in the morning, like, hey, did you see that?
Yes, there absolutely. I've been into crypto investing as well. I remember back in the days when I used to tell people when Bitcoin was actually 6,000, and I was like, listen,
I
you
remember
know,
that.
yeah, they're saying Bitcoin's gonna go high. You gotta get into this, and things like that. And here we are, Bitcoin's to passing $67,000.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency is the way, man. I just love new cryptocurrency. I have some investment in stuff. Sometimes I just wake up and just log into my phone and see, okay, what's going on here. Okay, it's going up. Okay, I'm going back in there now.
I know, like I was driving Christian crazy one day. I put in, and he was like, Mom, oh, mom, you just have to do, mom. I'm like, Christian, like that. And I know he was like, good Lord Jesus. But he's so patient with his teaching. I said, I know, I'm surprised I have not been like his worst like student, because I was like the one to drive you crazy. But I'm glad to be able to find a different, there's different ways to get into cryptocurrency. You can get in through trading, you can buy and hold coins. And then there's another form of crypto that I just recently found out that is just like, I was like really surprised. I was like, that's the crypto I need to be in. I don't have to recruit nobody if I don't want to. If I tell them about it, I get rewarded for that. But if I don't, I'm good. And so I've been like, and just been in it a couple of days and just watching those rewards every day, just doing nothing. Like one of the ladies I had on last week, I mean, literally, she was like, Nadira, I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. I'm like, oh no, I'm just like, I need like a fund for just investments, because I've been funding all kinds of stuff in my knowledge base. I'm like, I should be teaching this stuff. That's when I started going to coaching, because I'm like, wait a minute, I know I got too much stuff in my head, like I've got too much stuff, and I can teach this stuff versus having to just accumulate all this knowledge base. And that's what I've been doing. I've been, really just teaching entrepreneurship and teaching, taking classes and teaching people things that I already know, because it's one thing to talk about. I remember one of my coach friends says to me, he said, it's one thing when you talk about what you do, it's pure speculative. But when you have done it, it's evidence-based. Now that you've done it, now you have the ability to say, hey, this is what I've done. And this is what my results are. And this is where I am. So I think that's one of the awesome things about you that I've always admired, that your stuff is always practical and it's always evidence-based. It's like, here, this is what it is. Like, this is how you're going to do it. And this is what you need. Just follow these steps. All you got to do is just hit A, B, C. And we always get to A, and we try to recreate B to make B go into C a little bit smoother. And you'd be like, no, listen to what I say. A, B, C. And every time I've listened to you, you've never gone wrong. You've never steered me wrong. I appreciate you for that. But
thank you.
Yeah, so I know you're married. You're a wonderful husband, Abel. Tell Abel, he's got to go back to doing those pianos. Because I admire that when he, I think it was like a couple of years ago, he was just going on Facebook and he was just playing music. And I used to be like at the computer, like, oh.
Yeah, I would tell him.
And I would replay it. I would rewind it because it was like so, especially when you're working at your computer all the time. It's like, man, Abe needs to do that again. Like, he need to play that music so you can go back and, and while you're on the computer, you could be listening to, the worship music and stuff like that. But you have two beautiful sons, Jonathan and David, and Jonathan just had a birthday. So tell him happy birthday. Was it Jonathan? It was Jonathan, right?
Yes, it was Jonathan.
Jonathan recently had a birthday. So tell Jonathan I think I did say happy birthday to him on his day.
Just sure did.
So talk to us about Esther, all things Esther. I know right now you've done everything from coaching e-commerce to actually doing e-com to doing Amazon. You've been doing so much stuff. Now you're into something new. And I'm excited to hear that. I'm telling you, you've been doing this YouTube channel. And you're actually putting together different recipes. Talk to us about what that's been about.
Absolutely. It's one of those things, like, I always had a desire to start a YouTube channel, and I love to cook, but it wasn't to that extent. So recently I actually was sick. I had COVID, of course. Yeah, I posted on my channel, on my profile here and things of that nature. And during that moment, when you hear so many people that that have had COVID and they didn't make it through, and then you get to a point where you are on the other side, and then you like, when I was in the hospital, like my two lungs have pneumonia. The doctor was like, that is so bad. You have some serious pneumonia going on here.
Oh, wow.
We gotta put some tubes on you and everything. And when I went there, I simply did not feel bad, but the more I was in the hospital, the worse I was getting, to be honest, to the point that they had to put oxygen on me and things like that. And it was in that moment that you just realized, vanity upon vanity, all is vanity. It's like life is so short.
Yeah.
Every single day that we are given to be alive, we need to be grateful, we need to be thankful, and then we simply need to point to others. And then I realize that when it comes to me personally, I'm a go 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 person, meaning that when
Mhm.
I'm into something, I go all in. I go all into the point whereas um I gotta win in it, and then because of that, I go with so much energy, and that can take a toll on you. So I just wanted to take the time to simply mellow down. And then
Mhm.
after I came from this COVID, I was super, super tired. I could not do anything. It was like a roller coaster. One day you are happy, the next day you are moody, the another day you feel like crying. You're like, what is going on here?
I know just what you mean. I know. Oh my
So it is crazy. So I was like, you know what? This is the time for me to just take a break. Okay. I've been doing way too much. It is time for me to take a break. And then what do I want to do? And I'm the type of person I just can stand still.
I know
I just get bored and things like this. And now you know
oh,
what?
that itis, that itis.
What'd you say?
We have the itis, that go itis.
Yeah, I gotta go, 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 go. Yeah, let me get me some water too because give me a second.
We having a check-in, girl. We having a conversation.
Yes. So I was like, you know what? It's time for me to just take a break. And during that break, I was just, speaking, taking time with myself, be thinking of my health more, eat healthier, and eat home meal, and the past year it has been by the grace of God. When I tell you that I've been through some stuff, the enemy has been, attacking, I've been sick,
Ooh,
hospital upon hospital. I even had
wow.
surgery. Last time, last year around this time, I was hospitalized, and my family didn't even have Thanksgiving. My mom, my sister, my
Wow.
brother-in-law, my father, they actually were here in Austin just to to watch over me because I
Wow.
was that sick. My sister came to stay with me in the hospital for over 2 weeks. She was just mothering me. She was just helping me. I just love you. I don't know if she's here. I'm gonna
She's
give
so
her a shout out. I
sweet.
just love you, Philomena. And
Hi,
it was
Sophia.
and then she was literally just taking care of me. And
Oh,
a year now that we are here, and I realize I'm getting sick over and over and over. I need to take care of myself. I need to take a break. Okay. So
yeah.
during that break, I realized that the desire, I don't know where that came from, the desire of wanting to cook. When I tell you that all I was just doing is just looking at different recipe upon recipe upon recipe. And now you know what? I can literally help people, show people how to cook, because I'm getting up there, I see this recipe, so I'm going to redo it. And I redo it and I give to my family and they just enjoy it. Oh, I mean, this tastes good. My sons and my husband, this is amazing. You know what? What if I just start a YouTube channel and teaching people how to cook? Because I really love to cook.
Yes. And you've
So
been showing. I've been seeing some of your recipes, girl. They look good.
thank you. So I'm like, no, let me just start cooking. And then because it's me, it was like a therapeutic for me, to be honest, because I was not in the pressure to simply be responsible for anybody. It was just me time. And then
Yeah.
the way for me to simply take care of myself, it was simply sharing meals. And the funny thing is that I wasn't even eating those meals. Most of the time when I finish cooking, I'm so full with just all the aroma, but I just love to just give food to people and they eat, they enjoy. I love to feed my family and also my church family. I will cook and I bring it to them. They love it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be posting this recipe online and things of that nature. And then once everything simmered down, I'm going to now actually get back to my coaching, to my training and things of that nature. So that's why when I did my YouTube introduction, I said on this channel we speak about food and finance because I just knew.
Yes, yes,
Yes. So
yes.
that's how this all started from, me simply getting into YouTube. It was just for me, a time for me to just slow down and to be reminded that, every single day that we are here is by the grace of God. So what can I do for other people? How can I just pour into other people, even in my lowest time where I cannot do as much, I can simply post video. There are several people that want to learn different meal. I'm that person. I will eat any country meals, from Korea to Japanese to Thailand to to Zimbabwe to Togo. I mean, I love to try different recipes. So I'm just going to put it out there, Jamaican food, and then post it on my channel.
Food, girl, I love some Jamaican food, man. Don't get me the party, man. Don't give me veggie patty, man. Girl, let me tell you, I love some. I don't know if I'm willing to try all kinds of food, but I do like if it smells good and it look good, I'm willing to try it at least once.
Absolutely, it has to look good. I eat by image. I don't know how to eat. That's the proper word of saying it. But simply see, when you see food, there's certain food you look at it like, this is going to taste good. And there's certain food I'm just not going to try just because the way it's being presented is just not appealing. And then I was just looking at recipes that look appealing to me. I'm going to redo this because I think I'm going to like it.
Yes.
And then I just post them, and then that's all I'm doing. It was just a way for me to wind down, to slow down, to remind myself that, you know what, it's okay to take a break. I've never taken any break my entire life. When I started a business, well, even though I work on myself, we sometimes forget to take break where we are. Listen, this is for me time. I'm not going to do anything that requires me to be present for other people. I'm going to be present for myself and just kind of slow down. And that was the period for me to just slow down, take care of myself, and then reminded myself it's okay. It's okay to slow down, Facebook is not going anywhere. YouTube is not going anywhere. Instagram is not going to do it, so slow down. So that's what I started. And then I'm now at the point where I've now officially started the financial side of my channel, where I'm teaching people different ways that they can actually make money. And what I simply want to do, I'm in the point of my life where I want to impact people. I want to bless people. And then how else do I do it? I just simply use what I know, and that is teaching, that is coaching, helping people. When it comes to how to make money, I've done, by the grace of God, 9 years now. I've been working for myself, and it has been very, very lucrative. It has its ups and its downs, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. So how can I actually use the tools that I know to help somebody else who perhaps may be thinking about it, maybe want to start that journey? Where did I start from? And that's where my channel is all about. It's simply the one, let's wine, let's drink, let's take care of your food, okay?
Yeah. I like that.
When you have a good recipe, now come back here and let's make you some money, okay? Let's make you some money. And that was the concept that I have with my channel. We're going to drink, we're going to eat very well, and then we're also going to take care of our finances, So that's how I was doing when it came to my channel. Hi, y'all. I see my people are jumping on.
The queen is on Sisterhood Checkin. That's amazing, because I think sometimes, because as entrepreneurs, we get so used to serving other people, we don't know how to take the time and take care of us. And that's important, because when you don't take that time to take care of you, I've seen you when you were sick and literally still working. Like, I'm like, Esther, like you like laying in the bed, like barely get yourself together, but you're always thinking about the next person. I'm like, Esther, girl, like, go to get some rest. But that's what happens when you have that desire to see people go and succeed at whatever it is they want to do. It's embedded in you, and it's like you want to see people win, and you'll do anything to stick it out and make sure that they win, so that you can be able. It's like it just brings joy. I think that's one why I started coaching too, because I realized, man, I've spent years just being a consumer, consuming information for myself, but realizing, combining it with my talents and my gifts, it really put me it kind of started to separate me. And I started to realize, wait a minute, I know a lot. And there's a little TikTok that goes on. It's like, da 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 da, know what you want, and something. If it's something, you know too much to be broken, something. And I was like, yeah. And I started realizing, like, wow, it's true, because we consume so much. but we
Mm-hmm.
become more effective, and we become better at what we do, and we become more influential when we take what we know and we show other people how to do it. Because what good is it to have a whole bunch of people just sitting at your feet and they're not doing what they supposed to be doing because they're just consuming just like you. But I like that even when you were doing your businesses, you were very like transparent and getting people, like you were hand walking them through. Like it was like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that. You really kind of made it easy for people to grow their businesses no matter what their niche was. And that was really cool. So I'm excited to see that you're getting back into the coaching and business thing, because that really is your thing.
Yes.
Thing relaxes you, but girl, that business thing, that coaching thing, girl, you have people running after you trying to pull out stuff out of you. Come on, Esther. I know he done downloaded some stuff. Come on, bring it out. We need that manifestation. That's what I do. It's funny that you said it, because I had COVID too. Earlier during the year, I had COVID, but I'm grateful to God that, there were some things I was doing before. I had started to really get into ginger, turmeric, and things like that. And I know now that was just nobody but God just leading me down that direction. So that really did help me recover a lot quickly with all the other things that I was able to take, like the zinc and the vitamin D and Z, and then the colloidal silver and things like that. I keep this at my desk because I take it every day, and so it does help when you're taking. I started finding all the benefits of ginger, and I became like the poster girl for ginger. It was like, my sister-in-law was like, I went to New Jersey and I was like, I'm not leaving the state of Georgia without ginger. I'm not leaving unless, and so it's like when I came back, I was like, before we get on the road, we're going to get that ginger. We're going to go cut. And my mom was laughing. She was like, y'all better get that girl ginger, because she about to have a fit over here. I was like in a container showing my sister, like, look, this stuff does this stuff does that. And then I started doing like little quick videos, just authentic videos of what it did for me. I started realizing my energy was changing. My skin was changing. Everything started changing. So when I saw you doing those videos with ginger, I was like, God, what is it with this ginger? It just done snuck up on us. Like, I've been able to do all kinds of stuff. So I definitely, I'm relaxed too when I'm like cooking and making little things. And so I definitely understand how it is. Different people find different things to relax them, but I really am excited to see that you're doing this is like seeing you in so many different arenas. It's like, this girl can do anything. This girl, every time I turn around, I'm like, what's Esther doing now? She's doing something new. Next thing you know, she's gonna be doing this. I'll be looking. I'll be peeking. I'll be like peeking on your screen, like, what's she doing now?
Well, thank you. Yes, I sure do.
Yes. So I'm
Yes.
excited about that. We're going to take a quick break, and once we take a break, we're going to come back and we're going to get more into your personal life with your ministry, your husband. You guys have a ministry where you guys minister to the people in Austin, Texas. So when we get back, we're going to talk more about that. I'm excited to be able to see how Mr. Abel is doing. He had been out here in these internet streets in a while. He been preaching. Ain't nobody been seeing him for a while. Tell him he going to have to get back in these internet streets so we can see him. We'll be back, guys, after this.
Let's come on, shorty. Let's go. Girl, I see you over there in the corner of the dance floor, and I know you're acting shy, looking at the corner of your eyes. So I pick my heart up off the floor, move my feet closer to yours.
IBG Careers is looking for customer service representatives needed to service their customers from home. If you're interested, please apply at www.ibgcareers.com.
Let's work. Yo, it's go time, showtime, never backing down time. One shot, yo, make it count, yo. Crunch time, shine time, make this moment my time.
Running a successful business does not have to be hard. It just takes the right tools, mindset, and implementation of the things that you've learned in order to be able to communicate it effectively to the marketplace. Join me and so many others in the Becoming a Woman of Proverbs Wisdom Academy as I share with you through different classes that I host every week on on what things you need to know in order to make your business thrive in the marketplace. So make sure you click the link below, and I'll see you on the inside. All right, and we are back here with Sisterhood Check-In. I am your author and coach, Nadira Lewis, and I have with me my special guest, Esther Angel Nyameke. Woo! And we have been having an amazing conversation in regards to life, business, and I'm just so excited to see her. I haven't seen her in a long time, and to see all the wonderful things that God is doing in her life. So, Esther, before we left for the commercial break, we were getting into talking about your personal life. Now, I know you've been through a lot of things, but talk to us about who you are when you are home with with Pastor Abel and Jonathan and David. And tell us about the Esther that nobody sees on the internet.
Yes, the Esther that nobody sees on the internet is so. I'm very, very different to a certain degree. The image that most people see that, of course, you have to be careful. You have to keep yourself. You're cool, but when I'm home, I'm very relaxed. I'm the one that will just get up and be dancing when no one is looking, and then if you don't pay attention, I'm just here dancing and having some fun, making sure I'm just taking care of the kids, And it has been a journey, when it comes to being parents, it doesn't come with no manual. So we all learn as we go. And I have two sons that are growing so rapidly. And right now they're in a position where they can do things for themselves. I'm so super proud of them. Whereas I want to share this right here because I'm so amazed. Like my oldest son, literally, this happened this week where he gets up by himself by 5:30, taking his shower, dress up, and he's ready, waiting for him to go to school. I was like, shut up, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
So I am so happy about that. It's like you see them grow into their own little person, making their own decisions, and then everything that we do, they're watching me constantly and my husband how we do things, and how that is kind of shaping who they're going to become in the future. And then that's something that my husband always we speak about it all the time. We got to just be careful what we do because the kids are watching all the time, and to see them grow to who they are, it's amazing. It wasn't always like that. Trust me, it was a process. Dealing with boys is just not easy, but they're in a place where they are growing. And as far as like a home, I'm just honestly speaking, I just want to be honest. Ever since I've been online or be an entrepreneur, this past few months have been one of the most common month of my life where I'm so relaxed. I'm happy. I'm always happy, but I'm extra happy this time because I'm just so
You always
I
happy.
feel like
I ain't never seen you not happy.
I'm in my space. I'm just, being me and just trusting God and relying on God to
Yeah.
see how He's going to direct my path, because it's always, you don't want to be the person that always go, and you just don't sit down and stop and ask God, what is your purpose for me? What do you want me to do? And then once you just listen, you just have Him direct your path. Me home, just chilling, like seriously.
That's something that we haven't, that used to be something that most people didn't have. And it's like, now it's a blessing to be able to get up and say, man, I can work from my home. You know how many years ago everybody's, especially moms, we used to always be like, I wish I could just work from home so I can be home with my kids. And some of us mothers are excited that we have that opportunity, and some of us are like, oh God, Lord Jesus, I get to be here with my kids all day. What? Like, so it's a benefit, because now there's, a lot of jobs they wouldn't even let you work from home. Now, you have jobs where you can work from home. With us both having call centers, we can hire people to work from home, and they can be home with their children and be able to generate income. And so it's definitely, I mean, this day and time, it's sad because it's almost like a flip side. You have a lot of people. It's sad because you lose a lot of people. We've lost a lot of people during the pandemic for medical reasons and due to COVID. But then on top of that, on the flip side of it, it's been good for a lot of us because we've been able to really hone in and really take time to really seek God about our purpose and about what we're supposed to be doing. Because during this pandemic, I've had a lot of time to reflect on a lot of things. I've had an opportunity to look at, because I think about all them times I used to be like sitting there, like on the thing, like on my mark, getting set, but hadn't gone yet. And so it's like, during this opportunity, this has been my blooming season, because I've been able to take everything that I know and what I've gone through, my experiences, and really help people, which is why with my coaching business, I teach, one of the main things I say is I help people that have different experiences and help them turn them into life lessons for other people. And what I normally do in that is teach them how to create products and help them package their experiences to turn them into lessons for other people, because I've done it myself. So this has been a blooming season for me, because I've been able to really take a lot of stuff I've already been doing. We help people all the time, but this has been an opportunity for me to help and monetize the help that I do, where before I was just doing it, just because it was something that I love to do. Now I get to do it and get paid for it. So that's a wonderful feeling.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, for real. Monetize yourself, okay?
Yes, look, I've got my defense up. What the Bible said, money is a defense. I've got my defense up.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
So yeah, yes. This is it's wonderful to be able to be in a season where we're just actually. Hi, Abel. He said he's enjoying the conversation. Thank you for watching. Hello, Tanya. Tanya's joining us, and your sister also joined us. Hi, Falima. How are you? I want to acknowledge everybody that's been joining us. Thank you so much, Hope, for joining us. Hello. Thank you so much for your engagement. So if you guys have any questions while we're talking and having our just normal conversation as we do, if you have any questions for Queen Esther regarding life or business, she is here and available to answer whatever questions that you have. So make sure you put your questions in the comment, and we'll be happy to address them during the show. So Esther, what is going on? Like, what is going to be the new thing now? You're doing a YouTube channel. What are you doing now once the smoke is cleared? I know you said you're going to be doing more so teaching as far as financial. What is your day-to-day activities like nowadays that you've got all this time to relax now? Make recipes.
Yes, make recipe. Definitely, I'm already doing investment, and it's simply I'm also working on different projects that is just not simply on social media. I'm more into. I want to scale back a little bit from shy away from the camera and just be working in the background. And I'm just sharing some of those things on my YouTube channel. In the sense of teaching people how to make some extra money. I've done a video today, and some of these things that I covered, literally being able to make some 40 to 100,000 plus a year as a side hustle that can turn into a full-time business. And that is where I'm going into simply teaching people, whether it be through business credit. We have to be established. Today is just, I'm doing series, and today was just the video that I posted about certain things that they can do, but we're going to dive more into, many people have questions. Where do I start? What is the first step into starting a business? So for me, I'm just going to be doing more on the business coaching side of it, helping people to be established. And over time, of course, that's all I do, coaching people. But now I'm just pouring into people. And there are people that have been coming to me that wanting to know, okay, I want to have some funds for my business. Where do I go? And I've helped a couple people to get funds, now how do I get business funds? Those are things that are coming, that I've been doing on the background. I just haven't projected on social media like that. So definitely looking into ways to help people to level up. And I always say that you do not want to wait until it is next year. You know how people usually say, new year, new me. You can start today, and by a year from now, your entire life can be transformed based on the actions that you take today. Many times we have information, but what are you doing with the information that you have been given? And sometimes you just want to know there's somebody out there rooting for you, someone that is willing to simply help you to get to your next step. And that is my calling. I'm very, very good. I mean, I enjoy teaching. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy helping people get to their next step, and me simply starting with the YouTube avenue, of course, is simply teaching right now, and over time, definitely getting to the actual business, the fundamental of things.
And I think what I like too about what you do and what both of us do is that, because most of a lot of people now is not that a lot of people have started businesses. I think where people are getting stuck nowadays is they don't have the strategies on how to make it, how to take it to the next level. Starting a business isn't always it's not as complicated as it used to be. I think what happens is you have a whole bunch of people that has either the LLC or business license. They just don't know what to do now. They don't know the strategies. They know they have an idea, they have a business license, and they're like, what now? How do I take my knowledge base and bring it to the marketplace? And how do I know? They don't know who their audience is. They just know they have an idea. So I think it's important to know who your audience is. Know who you're talking to. I don't know if you watch it, but on Sundays I have a coaching broadcast that I do, me and my co-host Thomas Taylor, where we do, it's called Dinner with the Coaches. And what we do mainly is we bring coaches on and we discuss different topics. Like this Sunday, I'm excited because Keisha is going to be on there this Sunday talking in YouTube. So I'm really excited about that. But basically what it is that people I had a show, like I think it was like a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about business, starting a business and what we need to do. And I said one of the things was pricing. We were talking about pricing. I said one of the things that I realized is that people don't know how to price their products and services because they have no idea who their audience is. So okay, McKinley. Okay.
Hey, Tasha. You guys don't forget to share, okay? Share this broadcast.
Hold on 1 second. I got a little one over here that's just like hounding me. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Had to be mom while I'm working at the same time. See what happens? I have to be mom and work at the same time.
I know that is understandable.
I gotta work and be mom. But one of the things I was talking about is that what I've realized is that people don't know how to price their products and services because they don't know who their audience is. They don't know their demographics. They don't know because you can't offer, $100,000 or $60,000 coaching program to a mother who only makes $30,000-$40,000 a year. So adding these zeros to, adding all these astronomical prices to coaching, you really have to know what you're offering. You really have to take inventory about what products and services that you have, how they're going to help them, and how it's going to add value to them. And of course, there's never a dollar amount to how much value that you bring, especially if it's real, genuine, life-changing value to them. But you don't want to be knocking people heads off and having them in debt to you while they're trying to learn. So that was one of the things I went over, is learning how to understand your demographics, knowing that if you have a coaching program that is going to be life-changing to somebody, it's going to change their, and I'm talking about life changes as far as health, finances, it's going to make their family better, not just, just looking at it from a one-sided perspective of only how you're going to benefit, but how is this information going to transform my potential clients when they come in? So, that is the type of stuff that I've realized in my experience that people need help with. What do I do? I have this thing that I'm really good at. I can teach people how to do XYZ. What do I do? How do I package that together? How do I create a coaching program, or how do I create products or services? And I like to always say, be a single solutions provider. Stop trying to shove everything into everybody's mouths, and learn how to spoon feed people, being able to take them through small steps to help them in their business. And you'll be amazed at how many you'll have people who have real results and not just a lot of head knowledge,
Right.
So that's been one of the things I've been really focusing on, is trying to fill that gap. What is it? Which is why I talk about product creation and production, is being able to figure out what is it that you do. Let me show you how to take what you do and create a product or service around that can be beneficial. And there's a win-win situation, because when people are blessed by what it is that you're giving them, they don't have a problem paying you if they know that it's going to help them and transform their life. Where people get is that when you have all these different programs where they just pay me the money and we just going to figure it out as we go. No.
No, ma'am.
No, that's not going to happen. So I think, what you said is so important. Teaching, going beyond just book knowledge, and taking them by the hand and giving them practical steps. Now what? You have a business. Okay, you've got your LLC. You've got your business bank account. You've got your page, your website. Now what? Now this is where we go through the steps and show them how to do it. So that's awesome, Esther. That's awesome.
Thank you. You are awesome. Okay.
Oh, thank you. You are too, girl.
I am so proud of your childhood, the way you are doing everything. I'm amazed. This is so wonderful. God is just going to bless
I'm one of your students, girl. I'm one of your students. I'm one of her students, y'all. Let me tell you, let me tell you something. She's a bad businesswoman. Let me tell you something. But I love it, because you straight to the point. You don't get all that little fluff title stuff. Look, if you're going to get Esther to help you, honey, she going to give it to you straight. She gonna give it straight. Your husband said to have knowledge and information is one thing, but to be able to apply the knowledge and gain understanding of how to use that knowledge to your advantage is another thing altogether. And that is why God sent ladies like you to lead in the space and help others win. Absolutely. I have learned that so much, because I've been a part of so many different coaching programs, and some of them have been really great, and some of them, have been okay. But I guess part of the learning process is figuring out where to fill the gap, figuring out because I know from the generation that I come from and where I come from, and I know that there's a lot of people that I know have interacted with. Having a business wasn't the issue. It was having, like you said, being in e-commerce and people not wanting to share, practical stuff with you, because it's especially, oh gosh, in the coaching industry is male dominated. So it's like, where's the women? Yes, like thank you, Wanda. She says, thanks for sharing. Thank you, Wanda. It's like, we want real. It's like, it's when women start standing up and saying, look, this is what you got to do. Let's do this. Let's figure out, when we get together and women stick together and help each other. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, it makes a huge difference.
It sure does. And just to add a little bit to what you just said about women, whenever we come together, we are a force to reckon with. Okay, it's like we are sharing information that actually works, and
Mhm.
that was one of my drive when I got into the e-commerce space. And honestly, everything that I do, that's why I call Royce. I used to say queens because I love to help my ladies to.
My little queen necklace, honey. I'm one of
Yes,
the queens, honey. I'm one of the queens, honey. Let me tell you. I'm just joking.
I just like to see as well because one thing about us about women, we love to invest in ourselves. We just
Yes,
need to have the right people
yes,
help me get to one point A to point B. What do I need to do next? Right? I don't want to just be okay. Give me the money, and and then I just disappear on you. That has happened to me, and I'm not saying all males are like that, but I had those experience with male coaches. Whereas you once you finally get the money, you just cannot get a hold of somebody to actually guide you. And for me personally, I wanted to be that person. Like, listen, I'm gonna learn. I'm going to go to the trenches. I'm going to see every single step. So when I come here, it won't be just do this or that. I've been there and I know how to guide you to the process. And if I haven't been there, because I've done with so many businesses in different, different businesses, and all of them simply thrive. There has to be a system. Why
yeah.
is it thriving? And then I want to be in that position where I can help somebody just, if you're doing this, how can you thrive in there? And that's why I really try. That's why I was so motivated when it came to the social media marketing, because I felt like many people had businesses, but when it came to actually making the sales, there was nobody there, and I wanted to fill that gap. And and that was one of the things I was speaking about earlier today on my video, just being ad specialist. And you can literally go on Google, it's free to get your certification, and you can help business owners. So many businesses just don't have the time. They don't want to learn that process. You can be that person that solves a problem. In order for you to generate income, you have to solve a problem. What are you bringing to the marketplace? All right. And you can be niche down. You do not want to solve everything. Just niche down and solve a specific problem for a business owner.
Yes.
If it's to do advertising, you become the best advertising person ever. It's for you to just help people get funding. You be that person, but niche down and be a service to your audience. I just wanted to add that that in
It's so
there.
true. And I think women have different needs,
Yes.
emotionally when it comes to the way with male, some men, they're kind of like straightforward, like straight to the, because that's their makeup. So sometimes in their teaching, they can be, cutthroat sometimes because that's their makeup. But with women, we're more, we're a little bit more emotional. So sometimes with teaching women, we have to, there's no better way than to have another woman teach you, pretty much how to go through the process, because we know what women go through when we're starting businesses, when we're starting motherhood, when we're starting different things that play into the role of becoming a business. It's hard for us to run a business. And like I was talking on dinner with the coaches last week, and we were talking about establishing boundaries. And as women, we are so used to feeling like as long as we got it all together, as long as we do it, we super mom in every other area of life, we consider that to be strong business. And we wind up falling apart. But and that's because sometimes when you're under different types of coaches that their only focus is results oriented only, it becomes more of some women just check out and they just wind up going back to the start where they just sitting there like, oh, this isn't going to work. But I really like that. Especially in my coaching program, I literally I literally have what I call one-on-one done with you service and done for you service. For some of those people that be like, well, I don't have time for all this. I don't got time for all that. Just, look,
Let me just stop you right there. No, I just love you. I'm so proud of you. To just see where you are right now, that is just so awesome. Listen, y'all, make sure you sign up for her coaching program because she will help you, okay?
Girl, let me tell you, I learned that from you, girl. That done for you and done with you. Let me tell you. Yes.
Let me just give you some.
That done for you service, girl. Let me tell you, I realized, but it was amazing. That's that taking what like you said, being niching down and figuring out. And I think it took me figuring out through all the things that I was going through, I figured out what worked for me. And I had to figure out who my niche was and who I was talking to. And it's like, once I figured that out, it was like, okay, so I know how to go in and say, okay, I can look at what you have and say, okay, let me help you package that up. Like, I can help you build the framework around your coaching business and be able to show you and be able to help you do all kinds of products and services, because I've done them for myself. I've done them and have current clients that I'm doing them for actively now. So yes, we had somebody Wanda just asked, how do you invest in your coaching program? Wanda, are you referring to my coaching program or your coaching program? I need a little more clarification about that. If it's investing into your coaching program, then that's just a matter of just getting a coach and being able to help you through that. If you want to know how to invest in my coaching program particularly, then you'd have to go to www.womanofproverbscoaching.com. And I'll go ahead and put the website up here. If you look at the bottom of the screen, it's womanofproverbscoaching.com. If that is your question, you can go there and book a call with me, and we'll go over, figure out exactly what it is that you do. And I can give you some practical, very realistic things that you can do to actually build your coaching business. And I think each of us have something that we can teach other people. And there's, God has given each of us a gift. He's given us something to be able to help the next generation. And so we just have to be able to sit down, figure out what that is, take inventory on what it is that we have talent on, take inventory in our gifts. Some of us are spearheading businesses and we don't have a clue what we're able to do, but the minute and one thing I realized too, if you don't take inventory, somebody else is going to take inventory and they're going to have you working for them. So they're going to be paying you by the hour to do it. You're going to be getting paid by the hour for somebody else. Somebody else is going to be maximizing your gift. She said that's what she was referring to. Thank you. Yes. So Wanda, you can go to look at the bottom of the screen, womanofproverbscoaching.com, and book a call with me, and I'll be more than happy to actually help you in that area. So Esther, I'm like a kid in a candy store, man. I mean, like, it's amazing because you've been so instrumental in my growth and when in the beginning of starting business. And I'm just so grateful for you. I mean, I've learned so much from you. And it's funny because when I look back over all the people that have contributed to who I've become, you need coaches, you need people to help you. You cannot do this by yourself. You need the right people. I need to state that the right people, to help you, because some people, you need the people that first of all care about you and care about seeing you win. And when you have people that care about seeing you win, that not only care but have the knowledge base and the to be able to take you from step A to step B. And you don't have to be a A student to teach a F student or a D student or a C student. If you're a B student, you could teach a C student. If you're a C student, you could teach a D student. So don't let people tell you that you've got to be you have to be all the way up here before you can show. Because if there's some things that you've overcome and there's some things that you have had that generate lessons from, you can help the next person. Believe it or not, you can. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So Esther, did you have anything else you want to add before we actually? Tanya Rogers said, you're right. Absolutely. And then she says, Wanda, my friend. I invited her to your show. Oh, thanks, Tanya. Welcome to Sisterhood Checkin. Wanda, so glad that you were able to join us. I hope you're getting a lot of value in what we're providing. So make sure you let us know. Just put in the comments and let us know how much we have been helping you. We appreciate that so much. Or as Esther say, as social proof. See, I'm remembering all those key words.
You were taking some good notes. Okay.
Let me tell y'all something. If y'all want to know Facebook advertising, Queen Esther is the one. Let me tell you something. I think she had a conversation with Mark Zuckerberg herself. Let me tell you something. That woman knows Facebook advertising. Let me tell you, okay? I have literally learned Facebook advertising. I'm not as great as her, but I do know Facebook advertising. But I'm telling you, she's got Facebook advertising by the coattail. I'm telling you.
You are just too much. It's been so much. It's been a while. To this day, I have people that be in my inbox asking me to just do the advertising.
Girl, you
I was
think
like,
you done made $50,000 in a month? You don't think people want to know? Like, look, $50,000 is like what? Like, I want to listen to her. That's what you call evidence based right there. I want to talk to her. $50,000 in 1 month doing, and the crazy part is you didn't even have a lot of products and services. Some of the times it was just usually. I remember one time we were doing one thing. And you said I did this off of one product. I said one product. One product. I was like, oh my God, here I am trying to fill up a store with all thousands of products. And you were like, but that's that going back to that niche, finding that one thing that people like and honing down on that. And there was one thing you told me that I'll never forget. And you said you can't really, when we were building my store, and I was like, oh, I had all these ideas of stuff I wanted to do. And you were like, you have to sell what people want, not what you want. Not what you want, because if it would have been up to me, we'd have had all kinds of dainty little stuff in there. But you literally took my store, you skyrocketed because you knew exactly what you were talking about. You took those products and services, which I probably myself would have never purchased. But
become a problem solver. That's the thing.
Problem solver. And ever since that, I never forgot that. Never forgot that. And I definitely thank you so much, Wanda. She says she's grateful for the invite. You all are very inspiring, praying y'all strength for the show. Thank you so much, Wanda. We appreciate that. Make sure you join us here every Friday. We're here every Friday at 10 o'clock. And on Sundays, I also do a broadcast called Dinner with the Coaches at 7 p.m. on Sunday. So make sure if you get a chance that you get to join that show too. We give a lot of great advice. But that was like one of the things I was just like, so now I understand that, because in the beginning, when I first started business, I didn't know that. It was like the first thing we think about is what we want to sell is, right. Oh, I want, I like bling, so I want to sell bling, or I like this, so I want to sell that, not realizing that you have to figure out what your potential client or customer wants, because they're the ones that are going to be buying it. And so that's
on your avatar.
Well, now we have a name for it called customer avatar. Back then, we would Facebook all our money and just having them figure it out for us. Okay, Facebook, find our customer avatar. Now we have all these fancy words that we just, now it's like, okay, now you have to do this, now you have to do that. And it's really, when it boils down to it, it's all the same thing. You can't get away from the research. Mm-hmm. You can't get away from the research, right?
The money is in the research.
Ooh.
Money is in the research. And just add a little bit more to, I think probably, are we about to wrap?
Yeah, we got time. We got time. It's our show. That's the thing. It's our broadcast. We do what we want to do.
Okay. No problem. One thing I'm focusing more right now when it comes to, as far as like if people were to follow up with me, I no longer do advertising for other businesses. I think you refer them to other clients because it was just taking so much of my time. Mm-hmm. Right. But one thing that I do now, one thing that I'm enjoying doing, I see it's always about, I like to help people at the same time, making sure that it's something that it is easier and I'm enjoying doing. Yeah. I enjoy doing, and that has been how to help businesses be financed.
Yeah.
In the sense that once you start a business, most people literally don't succeed because there's the financial problem. You have your LLC, you have all of this, so, you have the idea and things of nature. Okay, what's next? How do I market my business? You need money for that. Okay. So one thing that I'm focusing on is making sure people are actually established correctly and building business credit so they can actually get the loans, the funds to make their business thrive, so they do not close in the future. So this is something that I've been working in the background and things like that. So awesome. Yes, get that money, honey. You need that money for the Facebook ads.
Yes, that's facts. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's in the beginning, authenticity marketing. If you don't have any money, authenticity marketing is what is it? point free, not 0.99 cents, point free, you know, 0.3 cents. And then after a while, you know, once you start to, you know, you can start out that way, but you do need to be able to, it takes money to make money,
to scale.
Yeah, it takes money, yeah, that should be the appropriate way. It takes money to scale. It doesn't necessarily take money to start all the time, depending on what business you're in, but it does take money to scale. And so it's there, you know, you got to learn from the experts who are already doing it, who are doing it and able to take you through without giving you all the fluff talk and just actually giving you practical strategies on how to do it. Because sometimes people just don't always tell you everything. They just give you all the, you know, they give you all the fluff talk, and then you wind up still having to invest in other people to actually figure out the how-tos. So it's really good when you can find, you know,
speak on that, sister.
Yes, let me tell you something that actually will tell you, take you through. Because I don't know why people are afraid to share. I guess because information, there's so much money in information. Like it's almost like you can't even ask the average person like how to anymore. It's almost like without an invoice attached to it. Like it's like how do I? Okay, that'll be $3,000. It's like I just asked a question. I'm like, and this one thing I've learned this in one of my other coaching programs. You always give them the what. In the way, the what, you always give people the what, but the how you got to pay for it. It's like,
yes, that's right.
The how you got to pay for it. So,
the how you got to pay for it.
How do you make that baked potato? Well, you know, first of all, you got to buy a baked potato. Then you have to buy all the ingredients. I'll tell you what ingredients to buy. You buy the baked potato, you buy the aluminum foil, you buy this and this, that. Well, how do you create the baked potato? That's going to cost you. But sometimes there's just simple things that people want. They just don't know where to go. And sometimes they just want to know, like, where do I go? And pointing people in the right direction, even if it is in a coaching program or even if it's something towards somebody that can help them. I think sometimes we're losing that because there's so much money being made in the information industry. We're no longer taking the time and sincerely helping people where they are and not realizing that Jim Rohn said this, and I'll never forget this. He said, you know, when you focus on value, then people are not going to have your money is going to be a direct result of the value that you give.
That you provide.
Yeah. So when you give people value, they're going to be like, yeah, you know, I'll go ahead and do that. You know, there's some people I've helped and they were like, hey, I don't have money right now, but when they got the money, they came back and paid me, you know. So I think you have to use wisdom in either case, but I think we've just lost that. People now, they don't want to help. It's almost like now, since coaching has been the next blow up thing, everybody's coaching. So it's like, you know, you almost got to stand in the coaching line. Do I go left or right? Do I go left or right? Well, you have to pay $50 just to access. It's almost like the real estate business. You know, when the real estate business, you used to be able to call up the realtor and be like, I want to look at this house. Now it's like, now you got to pay in Atlanta. You have to pay to see a house. I'm like, what kind of business is that? Like, yes, if you go to see a house, a realtor, let me tell you something, honey. They be like, they got the notice on the door, call this number, put in your credit card. You got to pay 50 cents per house that you see. And then so they put a hold on your credit card. So whatever amount of houses you see, you can go in. I'm like, boy, they making a killing off of this. Just now you be like, I guess they said, look, we got to find a way to stop traveling to all these houses. And people coming to people keep having us go to all these houses. So I guess if you're really interested, you're going to pay the 50 cents. I'm like, good Lord Jesus. I think it's like 50. No, it's $1. It's $1.
It's $1. I think yeah, it's $1.
I was like, Lord, gee, you got to pay a whole $1. It's like you can't even see for free. You got to pay to see. I'm about to look through the window and be like, window open. Let me look out. Let me look through the window. Let me see, because you ain't finna see nothing. You about to pay $1 for every house you saw. I was like, good. And them application fees, girl, they know how to charge you for them application fees, girl. 50. I say you could run a business off of application fees. Like literally, you can make at least $500 to $1,000 a week just on application fees. And even if they ain't qualifying, you be like, well, let me just fill out the application. Let me just see. That's $50. Then this $150 administration fee. It's like, good God Almighty, like. You can't go do nothing. You can't talk to nobody for fee. It's like everybody got a fee attached to them. You look at them, it's a fee.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fee. You got to pay for it. But Esther, I enjoyed you so much. We always have so much fun.
Thank you so much for
We
having
always
me.
have so much fun. Tanya said that's how the realtors save their gas. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So instead of just having a company pay for it, I guess they just have you pay for it. I get it. Yeah, got you. She said I'm so over the ad fee. Oh yeah, that ad fee is ridiculous. Like literally. If you I hate it. I just be like, oh my gosh, here we go again. I be wanting to count. I be counting. I'm a numbers girl. So I'll be like, okay, if you got like 10 people coming a day, and that's $50, 10 people in a day, and they apply for it, that's $500. You know,
Yes.
or 10 people in a week. I'm like, dang, like they are making a killing off these application fees. I don't know if I can say I all the way and with the dollar fee for the house, because I mean that's what you get paid to do. You get paid to show a house. Your commission makes up all them times all them times you go to the house. I'm sure you get 5-10 grand in commission. You can't pay $1 out of that. Like, you can't take $1. You can't take $10 out of that. I'm just messing. Oh my gosh. Oh man. But that I'm serious though. But if you definitely want help nowadays, I'm telling you, this is the generation and COVID, they making you pay for it, baby. You are paying for it. You are paying for attention.
Yes.
You are paying for attention. So thank you. Wanda said, I agree with you. Yes, definitely. See, I'm telling you, that's the fact. That's the truth. So did you want to add anything, Esther, before we wrap up?
Yeah, not really.
What? Esther said, not really? The queen that has like 15 videos on her. I remember used to do those videos every night. I said, boy, Esther got some strength, boy. She do them videos every single day. Remember when you did that? You went live
Yes.
every day for like 30
Every
days.
day.
I was like, she
Yeah.
is consistent with it too.
Yeah, that was a 30-day challenge. Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh my gosh. Now social media is the way to go. Now people are always on live. It's like, who needs cable nowadays? You can create your own broadcast and TV. That's why I did this. I was like, shoot, Friday nights, people are usually at 10 o'clock, they're home, they're not, you want to have some alternative reality TV, where it's going to benefit you and help you in your family life and your business. So it has been an honor to have you here with us on the Sisterhood Check-In. And thank you all for those that are watching. Make sure you go and visit Esther. She has a YouTube channel that she has started. It is bit.ly/Queen Esther's Way. Learn all those wonderful recipes that she's been doing. I like that one you did with it was like orange juice and ginger or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that looks real good. That looks really, really good. I become a ginger addict. Like I can eat ginger pretty much. If I go a day or so without ginger, I don't feel right. I just like, and it's crazy because when I first tasted it, I was like, I don't think I could be able to do this. Now I drink that stuff. Like I be taking shots like every day. Like I'd be like, I'll go back home. If I leave the house, I go back home. I went to my girlfriend's birthday party. And it was late at night, and I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't been out. They say when you over 40 and you out at 10 o'clock, that means you took a nap in the daytime. Well, I forgot to take a nap, and it was her birthday party, and I was like, oh gosh, oh Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna make it past this. It was 10 o'clock. I was like, Lord. So I got out the door. I got about 10 minutes from the house, and I realized I didn't take no ginger. Girl, I drove all the way back home to get me a shot of ginger if I was going to make it to the birthday party. And it helped me through the birthday party. I was excited. By the time I came back, I was like, I just went straight to the bed. I was like, ow, just like I'm about to do when we get done with the Sisterhood Check-In, girl. See, that's what happens when you just work so close to your bed. You could just be like lights, camera, action. You could turn everything off and just do a cartwheel right to the bed.
That's the beauty of working for yourself,
Ooh, I'm telling you, awesome.
Yes.
For joining us, and thank you again, guys, for joining us. And remember, don't forget to join us on Sunday with Dinner with the Coaches with Keisha LaShawn, where she teaches us the latest on YouTube and how to grow your YouTube channel. So I look forward to seeing you guys, and I'll see you on Sunday. Have a great day.